All right, we're going to take a look at the foot because we've been getting some emails. People are asking, I've got a lot of foot pain or I've got a lot of limitations on my feet that's affecting my yoga. And so we thought we'd take this moment to teach you a little bit about how to warm up the foot and then some exercises that you can do to actually train the foot.
Great.
What's your favorite thing to do when it comes to warming up the foot?
So one of my favorites is very simple. We call just making a circle with the ball of your foot where you just put your weight. You're standing on the left foot, you bring your right heel up and press into that. And notice that what's important is you want to keep your ankle right above your foot. A lot of us, if we've got weak ankles, have a tendency to let the heel drop out. And so if you're a runner or even a walker and you've ever twisted your ankle because you step on something a little bit funny, one of those little things that fall off trees, and you roll your ankle and get
pine cone.
Yes, a little pine cone, and you'll get a sprained ankle. So this will help strengthen the ankle and learn that range of motion, and then just a full circle, and you sort of press into the ball of the foot. So you're really opening up the toes and also really working all of the tendons in the ankle, and then reverse it. And also you're sneaking in a little knee and hip work here as well. So this is a really 3-for-1 beautiful warm-up exercise for the feet and all the way up the leg.
This type of warm-up is done essentially before every Tai Chi class, every Bagua class, every yoga class, in the world for the last hundreds and hundreds of years. So everybody realizes the importance of warming up the feet, and we'll show you some yoga poses in terms of how important it is to have them warmed up. Okay, give me another one.
This one is one of my favorites. I do this every morning, which is to stand on my left foot and point my right foot back, and again, keeping that heel perfectly aligned. And you can see it from the side here, and then just a gentle pulse opens up the front and also really contracts that arch. So this brings a lot of energy and blood flow to the feet, and then let the heel drop out, opening up the outside of the ankle and foot, and then let the heel drop in. And so this is a beautiful one, and I always tell people when they're doing this, and they can also just go back and forth a little bit, and then just do the other side. And I always tell people that not to worry about balancing in this, because this is just a warm-up. So sometimes it's good to just, if this is a little challenging, just hold onto a chair or keep a hand on a wall or a mirror and let the heel drop out. And then, so all of these you can do is just find one of the 3 positions or just a back and forth.
And eventually that is preparing you for doing a full circle. You can go in both directions. These are fun to do in the sand.
Oh yeah, these are
You
great.
drill
You can
little
dig a
holes.
hole really fast.
They're very impressive to little kids. And that may be one of the better skills to have, is the ability to impress kids.
Definitely.
As an uncle, certainly, that's the case. Okay, cool. So you can see, now the interesting thing is, we're going to see the same thing when we go down to the floor. One thing we did is we're working with the feet compressed like this, and now we're going to stretch the top of the feet. So you have those 2 types of activities happening. The other thing that you can do is you can open the side of the foot like this, and this is something that you're going to see in all of the sitting yoga poses. So you can start to open. And I find that when I get up, the first thing that I do is I just start doing this stuff. And for years and years and years of getting up and doing it, I can open my feet so quickly that I'm all ready to go.
Yes.
So now that we're ready to go, let's actually show them a couple different poses. And you were going to show us a pose, little toe stand.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so the simplest way to start toe stand is just to bend your knees and come down, keeping your hands on the ground, and then just try to bring those heels, keeping your heels and feet together, try to bring those heels all the way to the sits bones. So you're really stretching your feet. And I'll just turn to the side here. So you'll notice a lot of times your little toes won't bend when you do
Yeah.
this. So sometimes you just got to take your fingers and just
Grab a
pull
hold
the
of
little
it.
toes out and show it who's boss. In fact, I many years ago had a little bit of surgery on that toe, but it's completely healed now, thanks to all these toe poses.
The toe poses are transformative. We have a lot of people who come to us with plantar fasciitis and bunions. And at first I was a little nervous because I thought mainly what you had to do was surgery for that, because that's what doctors, all we kind of know how to do. But it turns out that these poses can be extremely therapeutic. And a lot of times people's pain from bunions and their plantar fasciitis is super easy to make that disappear.
And
Now,
I
what do
did
you,
have plantar fasciitis, by the way, that it was completely healed by doing this kind of footwork.
That's true.
And I just, every day I'm thankful for that.
okay, so here we are in another one. Now, once again, you're continuing to stretch the plantar fascia here, aren't you?
Yes, and it feels wonderful.
And then what do you like to do in terms of, because in general in yoga, what we're trying to do is combine two poses. So we work one side and then we work the other side. So how do you pair this up? So it's sort of like pairing wine and food.
Yes.
Chardonnay with,
Something, a nice light cucumber salad.
there you go. Is this the cucumber salad or is this the Chardonnay?
It's both.
Nice. So now what Barb's doing is she's actually just sitting sort of on the top of the feet. And
Really stretching out
these
the
are
front.
poses that you can just jump into all day at any time of the day, basically. And this really stretches out the entire top of the foot. And then how will you use this in your practice if you're building your personal practice?
Yeah, so when I'm building my personal practice, I'll do the toe stand series, then come back into this very simple hero pose, and then start to lift my knees up
Oh, nice.
and accentuate that a little bit more weight back on the feet, and also opening up the front of the feet and go into full Vajrasana or Thunderbolt pose. So now I feel like I've gotten a full stretch of my feet up and that whole plantar fascia area, and now the whole front of the leg and the feet are open.
And you know, as we were talking about Chinese medicine, because we do Qigong and Tai Chi, and the interesting thing is that there are 6 meridians that either start or end in the feet. And so this really stretches all of those meridians that end in the feet, like the stomach meridian, the gallbladder meridian, and the bladder meridian, but especially stomach and gallbladder, because stomach meridian comes right down here, and gallbladder meridian comes right down to the side. So you really are releasing a lot of the acupressure points or acupuncture points. So you're doing acupuncture without having to go to the studio.
It's great. Yes.
After you do these, another thing that you can do to sort of take it to the next level is to work on actually building your toe stand. You don't really want to get into doing that until you feel real comfortable sitting like this, and then also sort of sitting here with your toes under. Once you can do that and you work on playing around, you can go side to side and one foot is relaxing and the other foot is working. So here I'm in toe stand on one side, and I could, for example, stretch my knee down and then transition to the other side and bring my toe down. So you can use your hand down here, or eventually they're going to come up, but as you're learning, keep your hands on the ground, or you can put a kettlebell or something in between. And you can see that I transition as you make these transitions, you transition, and here the knee is in full flexion. At this point, now you're just working the ankle.
Yes.
So the ankle works through its range of motion. And the key in all of these yoga positions is the ankle and the hip. Because
Yes. This pose, I have to say, you can really feel the intensity of the opening all the way up here in the groin
Yeah.
as you're doing this. So So you can tell that this is working from the foot all the way up into the hip and really preparing you for the sitting postures.
Because in yoga, what we're doing is we're doing, all of these standing poses. The main reason we're doing those is to build strength and flexibility so that we can move to sitting. So then, once we finally move to sitting, the knee does not have much flexibility. All your flexibility comes from your ankle and your hips. We do all of the toe stands and the stretching to kind of build the flexibility in the ankle, and then you can see nothing happens to the knee. It just opens up to the side. I didn't do any work there, and I didn't put any tension there at all. Here is all of the yin meridians that are coming up. So kidney, liver meridian, spleen meridian. And so now if I come up, you can see the knee's on the ground, and this ankle is reaching up and then extending over, but it's the ankle flexibility and the hip flexibility that allows you to be in the pose. And the knee is doing the same thing there that it does here. And so all of yoga is it's really easy to say all of yoga and then finish that with almost anything.
Yes.
But a big part of it is focused on opening up the ankles. And so as you start to do these, be very gentle, sort of stay outside of the realm of pain, but just stay with a steady focus. And then little by little, your practice should begin to open up. And then as it opens up from here, that allows everything else to change.
Beautiful.